Hello, welcome. In this lecture, let us understand some basic concepts of Groovy with respect to JMeter. Your JMeter test works perfectly fine until APIs start returning a dynamic value like tokens or session IDs or user IDs, and suddenly everything breaks whenever you get a dynamic value. In this video, I will show you how to use a Groovy in JMeter without wasting much time on theory. Let us focus on solving the real problems. You can think a Groovy as a smart assistant inside a JMeter. Instead of static script, it allows you to dynamically read, modify and control your test. And the best part is you do not need to learn full Groovy. You just have to focus on couple of things: where to write a Groovy script, how to access that value, how to store that value, and how to use that stored value. Let me open the JMeter and let me show you where exactly we write the Groovy script. Let me go to JMeter bin folder, open the terminal in a JMeter bin folder, sh space jmeter.sh. I am using Mac PC here. This is your test plan. Under the test plan, you can add the thread group, and under thread group you will add HTTP sampler. Under thread group, you can also add one more sampler called JSR223 sampler. Here you have to select Groovy language and you can write the Groovy script here. And also you can add a Groovy script under the preprocessor and post processor. Preprocessor JSR223 preprocessor, and also you can add the Groovy script under the post processor JSR223 post processor. You just have to select the language here as Groovy. And one more thing that you need to do is, if there is no dynamic value involved in your script, if the script is not changing every time, then you better click on this checkbox, cache compiled script if available. If you tick this checkbox, it will help you in improving the performance. But if there is some variable, for example like username, something like this variable is changing every time, then if you tick this, the next time this value might not extract properly. But if script remains same always, it is better to tick this so that it will improve its performance. What this checkbox means is, whenever you run a Groovy script, JMeter first compiles your code into bytecode, then it executes it. Compilation will take a time. This checkbox controls whether JMeter reuses your compiled version or recompiles it every time. If you don't check this checkbox, it will recompile every time and it will take more time. If there is no dynamic value here, then you can check this checkbox if the script is same always here. If the script is changing because of some dynamic value extraction here, then better to uncheck this. Generally, if you uncheck this, there will be a degradation in the performance. It will take more time to execute the script because it needs to compile every time. Now let us implement this Groovy scripting practically using an API. I will take this API as an example. This is some sample API. If you observe here, in the output, it is returning an access token, and this access token changes every time, and this access token is required whenever you call the subsequent APIs. So you need to extract and reuse it. In this case, you can use this Groovy scripting. And also, if you want to check certain condition like whether access token is present or not, in this kind of scenario, you can use the Groovy scripting. Now let me open the JMeter. Firstly, okay, we don't need a preprocessor here. Let me remove this. And now this is a HTTP request, and our HTTP request is this one. Let me copy this here. These things we have discussed earlier as well, so I will quickly move forward here. And this is the post request. Select post here, and then I need to add here the configuration element HTTP header manager. I need to add this for a post request: content hyphen type application slash JSON. Here this is the JSON body that I need to send here. HTTP request, post request, body data. I will pass these two things: email, that is a username, and a password. So I will just copy this. So I just will pass these two things: username, password. So I need to include this in the double quote. Actually, I have included all these name value pairs within the double quote. Now let me add a listener here to view the result. view result tree. So this sampler we don't need. Let me remove this one. So now let us see whether our configuration is correct or not. This post request is working fine or not. Let me run this. No. So some issue here. Let us see what is the issue. Okay, bad request. I think there is some spacing issue here. Okay, here there is nothing actually. I will disable this one for now. Okay, now I have enclosed these key value pairs within the double quote, and this comma I have removed at the last. Here is the one comma, and then let me run this and verify. Okay, this request is successful. Now if you can observe here, it is returning the access token in the response. Now we need to extract this access token. To extract this access token, we will write the Groovy script in a post processor. Let me enable this, and I will check this for now, and we will select this Groovy here in the drop down. Select this Groovy, and then here you need to write the Groovy script. First thing is I will import the JSON sulfur class. Import Groovy. This is used to, so this class is used to convert JSON text into Groovy object. Now you need to get the response of the previous request. For that we will use the variable prev. If you observe here, there is a variable here as well. You can observe what are the variables allowed to use. This is the variable we are going to use. Prev means previous response dot get response data as a string. Get response data as string, and you can store this response in a variable def response equal to, this is store response data from previous response. Now you need to convert this response string into a Groovy object, that is parse JSON string, that is parse a JSON string into a Groovy object. Def JSON is equal to new JSON sulfur class object I will create. New JSON sulfur dot parse text. Parse text. Which text? This response text. And it will store in this variable name JSON. Now you need to get value of access token. It is a complete response. In this response you need to get the access token. For that I can type here JSON dot access token. Access token is the response here. You can see here, this is the access token, right? This is the exact variable we will use here, access token. I will put a question mark here. It means even if it is empty or blank or null, it should not throw any error. I will store it as a def access token equal to this one. It is stored in this particular variable, and then I can check here now if access token, this is the access token, right? This is the access token. If it is present, if access token is present, you can store in some variable. For that you can use this variable vars dot put, and then provide the variable. I call it as auth token, comma, and which value? This value, access token value, we want to store in this particular variable auth token, right? So that you can use this variable later. Also you can print this using log.info, log.info access token found, and you can print here access token as well. This is the access token, right? Else if access token is not found, then you can print here if access token is found, this one, else then log.info access token not found. You can also display the value here. If something is present, it will display. For debugging purpose you can use this, what was the displayed value, right? If it is displaying nothing, it's a null probably, right? Since this is an exception part, instead of info you can use warn here, log.warn. Now you might be wondering why I am writing this code line by line. Because for understanding purpose, you can use AI as well to generate the code, and now I will use AI to find out if there are any syntax error or any other errors, right? I will copy this code. I will say help to identify error in Groovy script with respect to JMeter. This script is written in JSR223 post S processor. Help to provide corrected script. Let me paste the script. You are very close. So okay, there is some spelling mistake. JSON sulfur. I have used here small letter s, but correct one is here they used capital letter S, right? Like this, whenever you are typing, there can be a spelling mistake or some capital small case, because here whenever you are typing here, it is not going to show any error because there is no compilation or something happening. It happens only during runtime. So this can be a bit challenging, but we will look into that as well. We have to use some IDE for writing the code, and then we can copy paste, or you can incorporate the code here using the file. The main problem here is it won't show any error during the writing the code. But right now let us understand the script and how it can be used in the JMeter. Right now AI has given us a corrected code by spelling mistakes and all. It has corrected. There were some spelling mistakes here, one or two, right? What we can do is I can copy this now straight away, and I can paste this. Okay, safer version, handle different JSON instructions. I will say also provide comment for each line to understand the code. So here there is a comment as well. It is providing the Groovy script with the comments. It can help you to understand the code later on. So this is a more robust code. This one they are adding some additional condition here, access token. Here this capital case, small case, every different scenario they have considered. So let us try this one, and let me paste here. So okay, now our Groovy script is ready. Okay, now what I can do is let me clear this, and I will go to the options, log viewer, and let me run first. So let us see whether it is showing any log here. Access token found. It is displaying this access token here. You can observe here, this is the access token. If you go here in this response also, same access token is found. Now it means your access token is stored in this particular variable, auth token, right? For the next request we can use it. For example, I can add one more HTTP request here, sampler. Now let us go to that API. So this is the next API, get user, right? For this, if you go and provide here HTTPS, okay, this is the request, right? Now if I run this without providing any token or anything, it will fail. You can see here, if I clear this result first and let me run, don't save it first. See, you can see access token required. These are the cases where this kind of scripting will be useful, because every time this access token will change whenever it runs, right? This time it is a different access token, right? So this access token you need to provide here for the next request. For that, what we can do is I will add here next request, add a config element HTTP header manager. Here you need to add here, you can observe here authorization, and then you need to provide your access token like this. It means here key is authorization, and then here bearer, and then your access token here, which is a variable, right? Then we access the variable using this $sign. We have discussed this earlier as well, right? So here this is our auth token, which is the variable that I need to use here, bearer auth token. Within the curly brace I will place it. Now we have provided it with the auth token. Now let us try to run this again and observe the behavior. See, now both the requests are successful. If you observe second request, if you check the request header, you can see this authorization, it is sending the token. This token is extracted from the previous request. If you check this request and go to response, you can see this is the access token. It has extracted this and used it in the next request. For that purpose, we have used here Groovy scripting, and also we have used this mainly to check here condition as well, right? Whether access token present or not, also to print the access token in the log, right? This is one of the use case. Okay, now let us observe the difference whenever we tick this or untick this. For that, let me add one more listener here. I will add view summary report. Now let me clear this first and let us run. Don't save the test plan now. See here, it has taken now 319 millisecond. This time we have checked this. If I uncheck this and then now let me try to run this again. Sorry, let me clear the result first. It is increased here time 398. If you uncheck this box, it is showing 398 now. Let me check this box and clear this and let me run this again. Now 233, right? It reduced because it is caching the compiled script, so that you don't need to compile every time. It will improve the performance here. In this way, checking this checkbox, cache a compiled script, will improve the performance of the script. Here in JMeter, your Groovy scripting is going to be mainly focusing on the response extraction, storing the variable and reusing that variable. Also nowadays, mostly Groovy scripting is used because it is faster than bean shell scripting. So this is the modern way of customizing your JMeter script. So far here we have learned where to write the Groovy script, how to extract the value and how to reuse that value in the next HTTP request. In the next video, we will go deeper into the JMeter variables and unlock the real power of using these different variables like vars, props, prev, etc. I will attach this test plan in the resource section of the video. Thank you for watching.